Hey guys, so I just wanted to take the time, just to chat with you guys. So the most popular videos that are on my channel are the ones where I'm talking about joining the military, how to join as a single mom, things I learned being in as a single mom, all the single mom stuff. It's so sad that the statistics, are outstanding for how many single parent homes there are, but it's just the life, the world that we live in. But I don't, because I joined the military and that's what works for me, I don't want my readers or viewers or subscribers or whomever to think that that's an end all be all. I had a life before the military, and I did what I had to do. I had my son at 17, guys. So you might look at me and think that I never been through anything. Like, please. Y'all must not watch my channel. Y'all must not watch my channel. I lost my dad when I was about 14. He went to prison. Um, I had a child at 17. I moved to a different state from my family because I wanted to provide for my son, and where we lived, it was too expensive. I was still relying on my mom, and that just wasn't going to work. So I lived about 600 miles away from my family with no one. And it kind of set me up for now being in an area without family, or, I established friends, but by ourselves for a while. Let's see. I was engaged in my 20s and that didn't work out. So then I went from a single mom of one to a single mom of two. Yeah. So just, I was in a emotionally abusive relationship, um, where he destroyed all of my things. Like, I'm still paying for things that he destroyed. So yeah, it's a lot. Life has happened. So yeah, now when you see me and I'm talking about the military and I'm talking about, being in a healthy relationship, this is the life I fought for. And that it wasn't the military that handed it to me. Someone told me that the military saved me. And no, I beg to differ. I fought for this life. I did, and some people are in the fire right now. You just gotta fight for the life that you want. The turning point for me was when I stopped just going with the flow. I stopped allowing people to be so big in my decision making process and in what I wanted to do. I would do what other people wanted me to do, or if I'm with someone, then I'm thinking about them like 120%, and only thinking about myself a little bit as far as what I'm gonna do next and my next decision, and what I'm gonna do in this life. And then when they leave, it's like, now what I didn't really want to do that anyway, so now what do I want to do? So the, that is what I'm saying. You have to grab hold of your life. I always wanted to go to school, guys, and now I'm actually doing it, and I'm bold enough to go and say, hey, look, ma'am, sir, boss, person, I got this class that's only available at this time, and I really need this to move forward, so I need you to support me. And I'm like, oh, okay, we can support you. You're a good worker, so we can support you. And things like that, like taking a hold of your own life. I wanted to join the military because I wanted to get in the medical field, and then I ended up getting in the medical field, guys. And it wasn't just a stroke of luck, because once I got in the class, the paramedic class, I had to work. I had to learn. I didn't do anything medical before. I wanted to, but I didn't. So I had to learn. I had to study. I had to still be a mom and study and do clinicals. It was like having two jobs, but guess what? I had to do it. But before Uncle Sam even came in my life, guys, I did what I had to do for me and my kids. So for me, rock bottom was, and people hate when I, say this because they think I'm talking about the other people or the relationship that put me there, that ended, that put me there. And I'm like, no, this is not about anyone else. This is about me. My rock bottom was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with my 2 children, working at a daycare in the evenings at night, making $8 an hour. That was rock bottom for me. That was it. Having to start over. And that's not even when I joined the military. I worked somewhere else for like 2 years after that. So I didn't join the military because I was at rock bottom. I joined the military because I wanted to get into the medical field and I had the opportunity. So I was like, why not? So when people come to me, a lot of people are at rock bottom, and I appreciate every email, every response, every Snapchat, every inbox, every everything. I appreciate every person that reaches out to me, and it's so humbling for people to come to me and ask me questions about how their life can kind of get on the same path where I am, and that's very humbling. But I feel like a lot of the people who reach out to me are at rock bottom. They are at a place where they just want something different. They just want to be able to take care of their babies. He's such a creep. It's my brother. Like, you gonna get in the video?
No.
Get out then.
What you talking about?
Oh, come talk with me.
No.
Why not?
Did you open up that window?
No, you opened it up, but I got the light. So
Let me see if this is
just, a lot of people who watch my channel, like, my most popular videos are about how.
taking a nap.
Oh, you don't want to.
When you're ready to go back out and get some food.
He's such a hater.
Just let me know. I'm gonna take a strong nap. Oh.
So he got my nerves. He made me lose my train of thought. Oh, so I think a lot of people who reach out to me are at a point where they're done. They're over it. They're over their situation. They're over, whatever it is, whatever job it is, whatever living situation, whatever relationship. Like, they're just over it. And it may be something that they thought about for a while, but the military is something that is appealing to them. And I just want to make sure people aren't trying to join for the wrong reasons. I ain't trying to say everybody got to join because they just want to serve. Uncle Sam is going to get stuff out of you, so you got to get stuff out of him too. But I'm saying, don't make a life decision based on emotions. So if you're just over your situation and you're mad and you're angry and you just want to be done, don't make life decisions based on emotions. That's all I'm saying. Because once you sign that contract, you are done. You are in for at least 4 years, at least. And he got ties for 8. So I'm just saying, really think about it and make sure that's what you want to do, because you can have the stability that you want outside of the Army. I was 18 and I had an apartment and I had a job and I had a car, and it was hard. It was hard as hell. It's still hard, but it's doable. And I didn't stay with anyone because they were going to help me with my kids. No, hell no. That's how I ended up with a single parent of 2 kids. Because if the relationship isn't working, it's not working. And I wasn't trying to stay with my mama. So I had to make it work for myself. I had to find an area that was in our means. I had to find a job that was going to pay at least enough so I could pay the minimal bills to live. I had to find the programs that were out there, whether it be daycare vouchers or the Work First program or food stamps. There's nothing wrong with getting assistance so you can provide for your kids. The problem with assistance is when people get on it and never want to get to a point where they make too much or can provide for themselves and walk away from it. That's the problem with assistance, and sitting there collecting instead of actively working to get to a place where you don't need it. But that's neither here nor there. So many young, beautiful mothers reach out to me, and I just want you to know that before you make this drastic, because it's drastic. It's drastic things you have to do to join the military if you are just a single mom. Or single parent. It's drastic things. And before you make any drastic life altering decisions, I say think about the pros and the cons, and think about, what it is that you can do to your life now and how it is to get to a place where you don't even need the military or Uncle Sam. You know, if you join, it's purely out of want and not to a place where you feel like you need um, to do so. So I hope it's coming across right. Sometimes I just don't say things the right way, but you know, I really care about my viewers, and every time someone emails me, I just want to say, and most times I do say, you know, it just might not be, you know, what's best for you. I'll answer questions, but I'm just like, hey, so have you thought about this or that or this or that? Because if you don't have the right support system, it's not going to work. And if you don't have the people who are willing to just do what it takes to get you where you need to be, it's not going to work. And there are things that you have to do that you're going to have to explain later. You know, I had to, you know, explain to Bay, like, look, so this happened. And he was like, okay, you know, but not everyone is that way. You know, he is completely different from past relationships where I've had, you know, and I feel like people look at my channel and they see where I am, but they don't understand where I came from. Like, I lost my dad at age 14, and no, he didn't pass away, and he didn't walk away. I have a great relationship with my dad, but he had to sit down for a while. He's still sitting down. I had a son at 17, so I was a mom at 17. And then in my early 20s, I thought that I was creating a life with someone, and it wasn't that way. So I became a single mom to 2 kids. So on top of all of that, I lived in a different state from my family. And it just hasn't been as peachy as social media and or YouTube might make it look, because I fought for the life that I have now. I fought hard and I fought everything to have the life that I have now. And the moment that I chose to just stop allowing other people to influence my life to the max and start taking control of my own life, things start changing. You know, I took my happiness back. My happiness no longer is about who is in my life and what our relationship is, you know, how we get wrapped up and stuff like that. No, my happiness is I get up every day, I do what I love, my kids are happy and healthy, I'm able to pay my rent and put gas in my car and put food in the fridge. Because there was times when I wasn't able to do all three. You know, I haven't had to ask anyone to borrow money in forever. It's been a very long time, because that used to be my life. Every other week, hey, can I borrow $20? Then when you get paid, you get that money back, and then the cycle continues. You know, so I'm at a place where I can pay all my bills and I can pay them on time. And if my kids need something, I can buy it, and I don't have to beg someone to do what they're supposed to do. Now, I still fuss. I do, but principle gets me every time. You're supposed to be doing this. But it's not where I'm begging and crying, and if you don't do it, it's not going to get done. So you have to take your own life, because we only have one. Every day someone passes away and they're young, and it's, you know, things that it shouldn't be in churches, you know, at the train station, in the airport, freaking walking across the car, riding a bike, at school. Like, you just get up and you do your day-to-day life, and you just honestly don't know if it's your time or not. And it's so sad. It's so sad, you know. You just always have to look over your shoulder, and it's super sad. So with that being said, you have to live every day as if it may be your last, because you just don't know anymore. So, you know, you might as well control your life, you know. It's gotten so bad to the point, guys, that people don't even question me no more. Like, when I say I'm doing something or I'm not doing something, they just like, okay, because she do what she want anyway. Because I realize that this is my life and I need to control my own happiness. And in order for me to do that, I have to stop making decisions based on how other people will react, and start making decisions based on what's best for me and my family. So it might not be the military for you guys. It might just be going back to school, taking online classes. You can get financial aid, and that can help you supplement, with a part-time job or a full-time job if you're taking online classes, you know, seeking out the programs that are in there, getting your babies on these lists. Daycare vouchers saved my life. Believe that. Vouchers and just other things, other resources, so you can get your own apartment. So you can get out. I'm gonna get you on here so you can get your own apartment, and you can, buy a car. You can buy a car. Car payment might be a little expensive, but let that be your one big bill. Or if you're in your mom's house and that's the only situation that you can do right now, because everything, you need that time to just get on your feet, save your money, work still, work hard, and just save your money so you can move out, make strides to getting where you want to be. There's no reason why no one's in school. When people email me and they're not working, they can't find a job. So, okay, so take a class, take some classes. If you're not going to work, then you should be in school. Financial aid is real and for everyone. So take some classes, take some online classes so you can still look for jobs. Take jobs that are a little bit below where you feel you need to be at. I worked at a daycare, made $8 an hour, and that was like a couple years before I joined the military. So you gotta do what you gotta do for your kids. Me and my kids were in a 1-bedroom apartment. It was like $450 a month. All I could afford. I didn't have no car. I had to get rides to work, but we weren't in no one's house. They slept in a room and I slept on a futon. But we were together. I didn't have to abide by anyone else's rules because I was taking care of my kids on my own, and that works for me. So I'm just saying, take your life back, guys. Take your happiness back. Stop allowing people to affect you to a point where you're just like over it, where you're miserable and sad and not enjoying life. I decided a couple years ago that the rest of my life would be the best of my life. And I know that's so cliche. But since I honestly made that decision, it has been. And I'm happy. And that's with or without anyone in my life. I was 100% happy before anyone walked in my life. So when he walked in my life, he was falling in love with this whole pure, happy person. And it really set off the flow of our relationship. Had I still been holding on to other things, past relationships, or anger about jobs, or being unhappy, body image, any of that, it wouldn't be what it is today. Like, not even close. So you got to work on yourself. And I always say that. But that is the one thing that I did that really changed, really balanced my life. I took my happiness back, and I worked on myself outside of anyone else. And it is what it is. So this video is long, guys, and the kids, you see that? I'm sorry, it's like nothing right here. But the kids keep coming in, my brother's coming in, so I'm gonna go hang out with them a little bit before we go back and get some more food. Because it's Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to anyone who is a vet, who is watching this, who has gotten 18 minutes into this thing. But I honestly, I never thought that I would be an inspiration to anyone. I never had a voice before, and I found my voice, and I am here to talk to you guys about just real life situations, because no one's perfect, and all these people just portray that they're perfect, and social media will make you think so, and YouTube and all this other stuff. But you gotta fight for your life, and you gotta fight to get whole. And once you get there, I promise you the sky's the limit. And it's not necessarily the military. Like that is my whole argument, guys. The military is not what's going to make you happy. You doing what you want with your life and setting up a life that you desire is, well, in this baby steps, getting a job, saving money, going to school, then getting an apartment, then getting a job, then getting a car, but just being able to provide for your children on your terms. That's all I'm trying to say. So thanks, guys, for watching this video. I really hope it helped someone. it was just on my heart to do it. So I just came in here and decided to just chat with y'all. So thanks guys for watching. I will link a couple of the other videos that I talked about, but they're all like military stuff, and you ain't gotta sign your life over for you to be happy. You don't gotta sign your life over to be successful and to make it out. And I'm just here to tell you that. So thanks guys.